threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome, Cameron. It feels like it's been a long time, and it's only been a week.
It really does.
Feels weird.
Yeah, we were just complaining about life.
Yeah.
Consuming all of your time.
Yes.
Stupid life.
I hate life, but right now it's great.
We love life.
We're here right now.
But we hate what
yes.
modern day life is.
It's rough. But today, man, we decided we wanted to do
It was a
fun episode.
Yeah.
Right? Keep it lighthearted because we're always so damn serious. Right?
Yeah,
that's us. But we're like,
we're going to tone it down.
Yeah, we got to tone down the seriousness. But today we wanted to do something lighthearted. So what did we decide on, Cam?
We are going to talk about the best places to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, man.
We haven't talked about zombies. We were just like talking about it. I think it's been 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, it was like
so crazy.
Wasn't it the first Halloween special?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because I remember talking about like the lobotomizer.
Yeah, and so crazy, we decided, hey, let's go back to the old classic.
Yeah. It kind
zombies.
of applies to like any like post-apocalyptic fortress type of thing,
sure,
but it's a little more specific with the zombies.
Yeah, for sure. So we're kind of excited.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit it.
We are. Hit it. And if you want to survive a zombie apocalypse, there's no better way to do it than to get a monthly subscription from BattleBox. Each month, BattleBox sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival, zombie, and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. In our very first box, Cam, do you remember what box it was?
The very first one we did?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the zombie?
The zombie box.
13 or 7 or
9, I think. You never know what's in the next box. But here's a sampling of what users received this month. The Grail 16.9 ounce Ultra Press Purifier.
One of the coolest filters I've ever
Super cool. The MyMedic Super Bivy. Pretty cool. All this badassness starts at just $30 a month. They've shipped almost 1 million boxes and won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2017. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Get your first battle box.
Mission 8 was the zombie.
Was it Mission 8?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was wrong. You were
Plus.
wrong. We were all wrong. But go to trybattlebox.com, use our code casualpreppers, get that free knife, right?
Yeah, it's dumb to not do that.
Listener reviews starts now.
I love the start of this one because I want to put on a shirt.
Okay.
Chill out, it's just an emergency.
Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
I value the not too serious nature of this podcast. Cam and Colby offer plenty of useful information to help plan for calamities. A positive mindset is the best thing a person can bring to a bad situation.
Yeah.
Laughter and rolling with the punches is the best way to get through hard tasks. I spent my younger summers doing wildland firefighting, and I've been a cop for 15 years. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
The ability to find the humor in strenuous and hectic situations is just as important as having cool gear like a Johnson rod wrench and tactical chickens. Stay survive, comrades. Jay Quinones?
Yeah, Johnson rod wrench. That's awesome. Oh, my gosh.
I should go to AutoZone and ask for one of those.
I get a Johnson rod
I
wrench.
need like a 10 millimeter Johnson rod wrench. You got that in the back?
Yeah, you need to figure this. I got that old Isuzu pickup truck. Got that old Johnson rod.
It has
there.
2 Johnson rod bolts, 2
Got
different sizes.
Double Johnson rod injectors, I
don't.
think. If you guys want to be part of it.
Split cam and Johnson rod.
If you guys want to be part of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes, go to Facebook, leave us a 5-star review, and make it awesome.
It's a mad, mad world.
So our buddies to our north, man, they're always doing something interesting. I read this.
How north?
Yeah, just right
The
above us.
Northerns?
The Northerns, the Canadians.
Yeah.
So this article says, mass Canadian internet outage caused by single destructive beaver. It's such a Canadian thing.
Oh, dang wildlife animals.
Darn
Ruin
beaver
our
took
life.
out Google. You can't do my Googling no more. It's called Beaver Blackout. A marauding beaver has plunged several small towns into an internet blackout in northern British Columbia, Canada, after chewing through the base of an aspen tree. The downed tree damaged electricity and fiber optic lines, plunging some customers into a blackout and cutting many more off from the internet. It's not even the first time a beaver has been blamed for taking out the internet in the frozen north. Last April, almost 1,000 customers lost service for an entire day after a beaver chewed through a different fiber optic cable. At the time, a spokesperson, this is the best, for internet service provider TELUS called the incident a bizarre and uniquely Canadian turn of events.
It doesn't sound uniquely.
No, this time around,
It happened all day.
This time around, cleanup crews discovered tooth marks at the bottom of a failed tree, leading them to believe the beaver may have been the culprit. They bring in the
That beaver specialist.
the beaver special. Look at that, a beaver.
You do. Somebody is this sabotage? I ain't know. That's a beaver.
That's a gosh
That's a
darn
North
beaver.
American beaver right there.
They
This
probably
shit
have like
is
a
tooth
beaver
gouge.
crew on the internet from the internet company or something. You know what I mean?
They don't do anything all year
Just
and
beavers.
investigate outages.
It's
Go see if it's a
unusual,
beaver.
but it does happen every once in a while. Bob Gammer, an official from the provincial electricity operator BC Hydro. So I wouldn't be a rich man if I had a nickel for every beaver outage, but they do happen. The local utility company's City West is already working on a more permanent solution to ensure a beaver won't be able to take out the internet again. The plan is to lay second fiber optic cable lines at the bottom of the ocean along the Vancouver coast. How we keep this away from the beavers?
Bury it in the ocean.
Bury in the ocean. They don't like the ocean too much.
I don't know about you. I ain't seen a beaver out there swimming around.
I've been out there a few times. Hell, I ain't seen a beaver one. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's freaking crazy.
Isn't that pretty funny?
Yeah.
So,
Power outage. Moose got all tangled up in the power line.
Huckapuck hit the Google Tower.
Yeah.
Damn
That's awesome.
Huckapucks.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
good
really
one.
good. This one isn't as exciting.
That's all right.
China says it may have received signals from aliens.
For real?
That's what it says. China is claiming that an enormous Sky Eye telescope may have picked up traces from a distant alien civilization, according to a recently posted and subsequently deleted report by Chinese scientists. They're like, we found. Wait, take that off.
Holy cow,
We're
take it
gonna
down.
be. We're the only ones to know. Astronomers at this is seriously a real university, Beijing Normal University.
Normal?
Yeah. Beijing Normal University have discovered
Go
several
normals.
the Beijing Weirdos University.
And we got a real good rivalry going on, the normals versus the weirdos.
The abnormals and the normals. They got
Yeah.
football. I guess what they do in China, probably soccer.
Cricket or something.
I don't think they even do.
Gotta
They should
know
have
what a
like
crumpet is.
dominant teams in every sport for how many people they have.
They're all just really small, though.
That's true. They're good divers, though. They don't make a splash like.
They know how to dive. Maybe just diving teams going against each other.
Astronomers at Beijing Normal University have discovered several cases of possible technological traces
Normal.
and extraterrestrial civilizations from outside the Earth.
So, it's so funny. I don't know why the way you said normal. I
Normal.
saw this video the other day of this British newscaster, and they were talking about microwaves, and it says microwaves in the the kitchen.
I've watched one on like routers.
Oh,
And
is
it's
it?
like you need to set your router
Yeah, router.
to
Yeah.
a different.
In the
with-
microwave. Microwave.
It's very
Sounds
sophisticated.
cool. Sounds cool.
Oh, I got a microwave. What's he getting?
Microwave.
The signals were picked up by China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, FAST, nicknamed Sky Eye.
We call it the sky eye. That was
That was Hong Kong.
well. There's a
The
lot of
old Hong
British
Kong.
down there.
There are.
Yeah.
So, which is the largest radio telescope in the world? I don't know.
Wow.
We haven't even talked about that thing.
Apparently
Sky
not.
Eye.
Sky eye.
And shouldn't it be Sky Ear?
No.
Because it's a listening.
Yeah, but it's also looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sky was put to work scanning deep space for radio signals that could indicate extraterrestrial life in 2019. Sifting through the data in 2020, it's just like they just capture it all, and they're just like, "Ow, I'm gonna sit down and go through about 10 months."
I'm gonna need a cup of coffee. Got a lot of data to go
I
through.
haven't looked at this for a while.
Throw a burrito in the microwave for me.
It's like, I want to know, like, just analyzing the last, like, 12 months of sound
What
data.
does it
They're
look
like, oh, jeez.
More static. More static.
I'm done with this. I'm going to head home. The researchers said they spotted 2 suspicious narrowband, potentially artificial radio signals. Then in 2022, a targeted survey of known exoplanets found another strange narrowband signal, bringing the tally up to 3.
That's 3. Count them. 3.
So,
Normals win
anyways,
again.
Take that, Abnormal
Take that.
University.
What you guys got? Probably nothing.
Oh, man. We got... Okay.
I know. I was the same thing. I was trying... Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, holy cow. We got
Holy
3.
cow, tree.
3.
So anyways, interesting. China may have found life outside of planet Earth. Interesting.
All right.
They got 3 signals to confirm it.
That's all it takes.
3 witnesses will verify the truth.
That's right. So today we're talking about the best places to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know? And so we thought we would go over some ideas
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
And first thing we'd like to talk about is where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? No, where should we go?
I used to watch that
I did
cartoon.
too. In the world, where should we be?
Yeah.
Like, what country is the best?
Yeah, and that's a, like, I've gone through these before of like, man, where would I go? So if I didn't have any restrictions, and we've mentioned some, and obviously some of the uber rich like have chosen their
That's
place.
right.
So considering certain like parameters or different like specific details on a location.
Yeah.
There's a couple of lists, and one of them, this is data from University of Notre Dame, a real university, not a normal university.
Jeez, I know.
Global Adaptation Initiative. Researchers at Angelia Ruskin University's global. That's confusing. Data from University of Notre Dame at
Researchers.
Institute in England graded at least 20 least vulnerable countries on 3 main criteria. And I'm not going to talk about all 20.
Sure.
Carrying capacity, like how much land is there for farming and other use per capita.
Yeah.
Isolation, how close is the country to other highly populated or risky areas. Self-sufficiency, does the country produce its own renewable energy and have manufacturing capacity?
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so that's like eliminates all of Africa,
Pretty much, yeah.
which is sad.
Yeah.
But Africa, I'm sorry, did not hit any of this list. So you can just check out for a minute if you're from Africa.
Yeah, just go do something else.
Each of the, and Central America didn't either.
Yeah.
Sorry. Each of the 5 are notably islands with large metropolitan regions, meaning they've already shown that they can sustain millions of people. So they didn't just use like some random island that doesn't have anybody living on
Yeah.
it. They're like, that's perfect. You got to show that it actually can be used.
Yeah.
Obviously, New Zealand.
It's always popular.
Yeah. So it has a lot of things going for it.
Mordor,
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah. Sauron's gone.
Yeah.
And this place is doing great.
Yeah.
40% of the country's primary energy supply comes from renewable energy.
Really?
So it doesn't rely heavily on nuclear power and all that stuff like the rest of the country and fossil fuels. So kind of interesting. The nation produced enough energy to cover 75% of its energy requirements. So I don't
It's
know
only
about those other
importing
25%.
25%.
Yeah, we don't got power.
That's
how
what
they
New
talk in
Zealand sounds like. New Zealander. Just got back from Mordor.
Yeah, roll my side by side up a Mountain Doom or whatever. What's it called?
Doom.
That's another movie, isn't
I
it?
don't know. That sounds right. I don't know Lord of the Rings very well.
Yeah. Middle Earth's rough out there right now.
Yeah. Ran into a couple damn hobbits on the road. Hairy-footed bastards.
Hit 2 of them. I don't know. I didn't go back to check.
Better than a beaver taking out the internet. Oh,
Couple white wizards out there.
white wizard.
Super weird.
There's a white wizard on the porch. Said he needs to talk to you.
2 of them. I guess they're preaching some wizardry stuff.
I don't know. Maybe the UPS man didn't really look too close.
Nazgul, just deliver all your mail. Now, what is it, Nazgul or something? I can't remember. Somebody's going to be pissed that I'm saying these
Ra's
wrong.
al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
Is
Yeah.
that what we're mixing up our things?
Isn't it
here?
like the dragon-looking thing, like the Nazgul, or like
I don't know.
It's been a
Yeah,
long
there is
time.
a Lord of the Rings nerd that is pissed off right now.
Somebody's going to kill me.
Someone is burning down the internet trying to get us.
So, The other big thing, and this is huge for me too, New Zealand is naturally cooler than many regions in the world.
Oh, so right.
Boding well for the area, like if there's large increases in climate change and all that, it's not going to affect New Zealand as poorly, like where we live.
But we don't have to really worry about that with zombies, right?
No, but in general,
Okay.
if I'm fighting zombies, I want to be comfortable, like t-shirt,
sweat.
short sleeve.
Yeah.
I don't want to be having to wear shorts and no shirt. That'd be
right.
pretty cool too, but it's comfortable.
Sure.
Iceland is another home to an abundance of natural and renewable energy sources. You gotta have all this for powering, electronic devices to chop heads off, things like that. Iceland's climate, obviously, it's called Iceland. It's much cooler than regions of the planet. It's going to slow those zombies down a bit.
I would think they would be slower.
They're not going to be running as fast.
Like when I get cold, my hands don't work as fast.
Yeah. If they're just out there not eating in the middle of like the night at negative 40, they're not going to be like World War Z zombies.
No, they're going to be like Night of the Living Dead zombies.
So
probably.
You're using the extremes of temperature to kind of help you.
I like that.
I like that too. Lots of greenhouses and fisheries. So you got good, healthy foods, omega-3s. It's good stuff.
Fatty acids are great for your body.
Another great place, and it's proven itself through history of wars and everything, is the UK.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
lots of
UK.
Okay. UK. Lots of available farmland, milder temperature climate, got a lot of precipitation.
Yeah, they do.
It's just a great, beautiful area. Soccer's great there.
Yeah.
You got
Football.
people that can just kick heads off, probably.
That's true, huh?
Yeah. And they're not reliant on firearms. These dudes know how to use a knife, probably.
Probably. Jack the Ripper did.
Yeah. And
he's from the UK.
The other thing that they have going for them is they have a lot of historical castles and forts.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you have some really, like, moats. Zombies are going to get slowed down big time in the UK.
Oh, for sure.
They get stuck in roundabouts.
Yeah, just keep going around
Big
and
Ben.
around.
Yeah.
Big Ben.
You could
all the
use,
time.
like, and I'll talk about this later, but London Bridge would be a great place.
It falls down, though, right?
No, that was just a little kid story.
Okay,
I don't think it's falling down.
I don't know.
Yeah, what is that even about, that little rhyme?
My Fair Lady, I don't know. Who knows?
On the bridge is falling down. You get that clothesline when you're a kid by somebody's arm.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, lots of castles, good history.
Fish and
It's
chips.
isolated. It is an
Tea.
island. So
Crumpets.
Oh yeah,
all that
and
stuff.
you got soccer, man.
And you got soccer stadiums.
I guarantee you, Premier League's still going to go during the middle of an apocalyptic.
Yeah, they're still going to be holding it. Like the goalie's a zombie, probably.
So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Australia.
Oh, good eye, mate.
Yeah.
Huh.
Massive, or it's a huge land mass for one, and it's an island. So you're kind of isolated.
You're pretty isolated
from other countries and other like highly populated areas.
Sure.
It has weird climates.
It does. Like, has a big
You've
variation.
got cool
Yeah.
and you have hot. So depending on what you want, you're on that island. You can experience it. But Tasmania is a big that would be a sweet place for like an apocalyptic survival area because it's part of Australia, but has a lot of hydroelectric and wind power stations.
Really?
So you can produce power because there's going to be wind still, and there's still going to be water flowing. And also, it's a small isolation if you need to travel back to the main island to get stuff and go back to Tasmania. So Australia, Tasmania, great place.
Awesome.
Ireland, UK, isn't that just the UK?
Well, I don't know. I always get this wrong, and then people get mad at us.
I know.
So I don't know.
Ireland is its own country, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's a perfect answer. I always forget. Isn't Scotland part of the UK?
Doesn't matter.
Within, and then Ireland's its own island. Yeah. Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It's like what's the soccer coach on Apple TV?
Oh, Ted Lasso.
Yeah, when it's like, where's he from? Wales. Is that another country? Yes and no.
I know. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yes and no. We don't know.
That's
Makes
another
no
country
sense.
too? Yes and no. Okay. And Ireland, just like the rest of the UK, a lot of wind turbines, a lot of self-produced energy from wind and water and all that stuff. Also, again, you have a bunch of castles and fortifications and things that you can use. Would probably turn out really well.
They got a big spring over there too, right?
Yeah. That's where all the soap's made.
Where all the soap's made.
Oh, I love Irish Spring.
It smells so good.
There's gold pots, got to be. You know, little Irish.
Lucky Charms.
But yeah, those guys, they know how to fight.
Yeah.
Fighting Irish.
Notre Dame.
Yeah. So, anyways, good eye.
Good eye.
It's a good location.
Yeah.
All of the UK there and Ireland and all that.
I
So.
like that.
Another list that kind of included some like more specific details like military capability, natural resources, gun ownership, public infrastructure. Obviously, that puts U.S. on the list.
Yeah.
So USA, A-OK. They've got tons of firearms. Everybody I know has a gun, and if you don't, you're probably voted
and we're all
for Biden.
overweight.
I'm just kidding.
We're all overweight, and so like fat zombies don't go as fast.
Yeah, true.
Right?
So, yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. And you're not, so USA, A-OK. Sweden.
Yeah.
Sweden's got a lot of, like the countries around Sweden, there's not a ton. The population isn't overwhelming in those areas. So Sweden, Finland, and Norway all fall in this list because they're very defense-related, like governments. They're not aggressive, and so that's great.
There's a lot of bunkers.
Yeah, a lot of bunkers, and somewhat islandish because they're off from the rest of Europe and all that. So they're on that list. Argentina.
Interesting.
So yeah, South America. So South America has a lot going for it besides the people.
They're great.
Like, I only say that because there's just a lot of poverty, and that's not always everybody's fault. It's just how it is. But Argentina, Patagonia, it's like a wet dream for me. I've always wanted to visit that area. But you've got like all this open natural resource.
They got a lot of cows down there, a lot of beef.
Yeah, they do. And you can grow anything in South America.
Can you?
You spit a seed out, walk by it next week, there's watermelon.
Whoa. What if it was a corn seed? Got weird.
Did you just think what it is, what you want it to be? I want it to be raspberry. Come back, it's a raspberry.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
like very fertile land and women.
Fertile women, fertile land. Exactly what you want for fighting zombies.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just keep breeding on warriors. But no, Argentina has like probably in South America, Argentina and Chile, in my opinion, are probably the best two because you have that tip that goes way down into the cold. Just talking about fertility.
Yeah.
Other ones that fit in here, Kazakhstan.
Ooh, that's where I would go. Right to
Russia.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Russia, huh?
Yeah, Russia's huge.
Yeah.
And no one wants to be there. So,
yeah.
But yeah, huge landmass, lots of weapons, nuclear bunkers, So it's a good place for zombie survival. Canada.
Canada.
I thought Canada hit the other list too, but I guess not. But Canada would be a wonderful place.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like America, but cleaner and less people.
More beavers.
So lots of beavers. Yeah. They just bite through all the zombies' legs.
Hey.
You train your beaver to be...
Get like a beaver on a leash.
Why don't we ever talk about that?
I don't know.
Because they got a lot going for them.
Yeah.
Just chew your legs off, then just pat your face into putty.
Pat your face into putty.
Hit him hard.
Zombie putty.
Keep smacking his face.
Get it.
He's down. And then and Australia's on this list again, and so is actually that's weird. New Zealand wasn't on that list.
Nope.
Because of I think it's firearms.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's kind of a generic list and some of the pros. I don't know why Greenland's not on there, but I think it's because of there's not enough population. That's why it didn't fit into these lists because there's not a lot showing that there's sustainability.
Yeah, so you got to have that population, and that's like I went to a couple articles that talked about the best cities in the United States. Obviously, most of our listeners in the United States, so they might be interested in where should I go within the United States?
Yeah, and I think
to survive.
That's an easier one to.
Easier.
It's more realistic for most of our listeners.
Right. Yes. So there was
We're not going to take a boat to New Zealand. We'd all love to.
I would love to.
And we can't catch a ride with any of the uber rich.
So I found this article. This is crazy. This article was on lawnlove.com, but it was a great article. This is about talking about like they're a lawn thing, but they did this huge thing about zombies.
Branching out.
Like it was one of the best articles I could find about
crazy.
zombies. Yeah. So basically what they did is they compared the 200 biggest cities in the United States and they used 23 key indicators of zombie preparedness. So this is the
Who
two,
has the best lawn?
yeah, yeah. So this is the best. This isn't every city. This is the 200 largest cities, right? And then they rank them from best to worst. And they weight them in a bunch of these different categories. I thought it was really interesting what categories they use and
Yeah,
the
that's
weight
cool.
they got. So I wanted to go through those real quick. The first one was public health. So basically, each city has a weight of 3 for their share of population in good health.
That's a huge deal.
It is a huge deal.
That's why, like, the Netherlands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, healthcare is really good. Health
Yep.
is, yeah. That makes sense. Makes sense.
And then their physical activity rate, which probably correlates with the good health
But
thing.
this is within the U.S.?
Yes, this
Wow.
is
There's not very many of those, are there?
Yeah, so but obviously they just give a weight to all of these things in a score of
A
200.
good weight.
A good weight, yeah. Good BMI there. And then the share of population who jogged in the past year. That was part of the public health part, and they got a weight of 2. Then they went to the vulnerability.
It's like zombie land. If you can't run cardio,
Yeah,
if you don't have
cardio's
cardio, then
number one,
you're
man.
toast.
Then it went to vulnerability, and it said natural hazards index. So if there's a lot of natural hazards, they would lose a point. Number of military bases. So this
Oh,
one,
yeah.
I wondered, would this be a positive
don't
or a
know.
negative? Because it could be both
It could.
in a zombie
agree.
situation, right? And then the other one was hospitals per capita. So that had a weight of 2 there. So that's a way to look at it. And then it goes to infrastructure. This one was really, really interesting too. So they said the average home square footage was part of the deal, which I don't get has anything to do with surviving.
Everybody cares about square footage.
But I guess it's just you could hole up in the home and have plenty of space if you're staying in the house.
Yeah.
Share of available homes with basements/bunkers. That was a big one. It had a weight of 3. Share of homes with complete kitchen facilities. I don't know how many homes don't have that, but there's probably a few.
Wow.
Yeah, but I guess if you don't have
We
complete...
don't need a kitchen. We go out every night.
Nah, no biggie. Share of homes with complete plumbing facilities. And
Wow.
then off-grid lifestyle friendliness, obviously, which would be a huge plus in a zombie apocalypse. Then it goes down to supplies. So the biggest thing is supermarkets per 100,000 living residents. So Costco's, Sam's Club, Targets,
Yeah.
and Walmart's. That's obviously very, very important for scavenging and surviving.
For
the
bulk
immediate-
survival.
Exactly. Then we have shopping centers and department stores per 100,000. Pharmacies and drugstores, because obviously you
That
got
should be
you got to
number one.
keep you got to keep medicines and whatnot, and then hardware stores per
Oh, yeah,
100,000. Then it goes down to protection, hunting gear stores per 100,000, which I get, but hunting so that's like sportsman's
Yeah,
or
right.
stuff like
Dick's.
that. Dick's, yeah. Weapons and ammunition stores, out gear stores. So to me,
Or does Dick's even have
outdoor
hunting
gear?
gear?
I don't
Dick's
know.
Sporting Goods?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't
We don't really have Dick's here, do we?
know. No.
You don't have any Dick's, right? A Dick.
I don't know. I have a Dick gift card, remember?
That's right.
Dick's-
And then the last category was mobility. So like your biking friendliness of the city, your hiking friendliness. So it's like access to trails and stuff. So if there's
Gotcha.
trails, you can just hop on a trail and get out of town.
I was going to say, I could probably tell you some of the ones.
Yeah.
That's
Number of
interesting.
campsites,
Mhm.
port availability, and marina availability. All these things went in to get this. So what do you think the number one city was in the United States? I mean, I would have never guessed it.
I mean, for some reason, I want to say like somewhere in Colorado.
No, it's Huntington Beach, California.
What?
Huntington Beach, California. So
I guess California has a lot going for it.
yeah, so
besides
it says
the
if
country.
any U.S.
But-
city has what it takes to beat an army of hungry corpses, is Huntington Beach, our number one city, with a high share of healthy residents, especially those who took up jogging in the past year, strong protections, and high mobility.
Where's Huntington Beach is situated? Is it like near Orange County and
I
stuff?
think so, right? I think so.
Too hot.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's not that hot, is it?
No, I guess you're on the coast. You're not
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
going to hit the ridiculous crap that we do.
So Huntington Beach was number one if in the top 200 cities, right?
Wow.
But it's crazy because most of the cities
It's a cool
around,
name. I mean, perfect name.
I know.
If you're a zombie, you're going to go to Huntington
A lot of the
Beach.
cities around them, like in California, are like low on the list. They're bad.
Okay.
So they just happen to sort of sneak in for some reason
Hmm.
that way, which is weird. Then
Little place called
Aspen. And then it's Bellevue, Washington.
Oh, I can see that.
Have you been there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bellevue, Washington, Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, isn't that in...
It's in Virginia.
No, isn't Alexandria in The Walking Dead? Isn't
I don't. Oh, probably it is. I think.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yep. Vancouver, Washington.
Okay.
Seattle, Washington.
Portland didn't make it?
No.
But Vancouver did?
Yeah. Seattle, Washington. There's just 3 Washingtons in the top 10.
I could see that.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay,
So there's your
I was gonna
Colorado.
say, it had to make the list.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Hollywood, Florida. Pretty interesting. And then we can
Texas?
look at so no.
Texas didn't make it?
No. So if you go to the 10 worst cities for surviving the zombie apocalypse, the last on this list of 200 was Laredo, Texas.
That's the last.
Yeah, and then there's like Jackson, Missouri, Mississippi, Sunrise Manor, Nevada, Salinas, California, Mesquite, Texas, Lancaster,
It's
California.
like clear down there by Mexico.
Yeah, it's way down there. Brownsville, Texas. So there's a bunch of them.
That's so weird. Number 1 fits in with all the worst.
I know. I don't know how that worked. It kind of seems like
It's
their
all
algorithm was
like
off.
coastal though. The only one that's not is Colorado.
Yeah.
All the rest are like
they're coastal.
for milder
Because
lake.
you've got those marinas and you've got access to ports and all
And
those
it
things.
helps the weather and temps to
Yeah.
be better.
So this was kind of interesting, but I
That's
think
cool.
that the way that they did it was a little weird.
That is weird.
But you can go see this article. It actually has some pretty cool stuff in to look at. One of the things it said to do is if you could get near 2 of these high-ranked cities, which a bunch of them are really close to each other, you'd have a really good chance of surviving because you could go between cities.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like Bellevue and Seattle, really, really close to each other, right? Minneapolis and St. Paul, obviously, Vancouver and Portland.
Washington and
yeah.
I could see
Fort
those
Lauderdale.
being really nice places.
So anyways, that would be a really good way to do it.
I'm gonna pick Washington.
Okay, and then a lot of them, it says obviously you're going to need guns for the apocalypse, and so if you're in the West, 7 out of the top 10 cities for weapons and ammunition stores are located in the West. So like Fullerton, California, apparently was number 1, which is insane
For weapons?
for weapons and ammunition
Wow.
stores. Gilbert, Arizona, and Spring Valley, Nevada. So anywhere out in the West, you're going to have a better chance with those types of things. But on the opposite end of that,
Yeah.
you've got cities like Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. There's just not much there unless you go in the hood and steal from the hoodlums there. So
And not die.
what I don't like, I just don't think it looks at things like remoteness of your city
Exactly.
and gun ownership of your city. Because
That's
I
why
think
like
that
there's no way I would pick that California one because
No.
of population.
too much population.
Like around it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's great and people are healthy there, but you're
Yep.
going to be overwhelmed
But if
by
you're
all the other
there,
crap
you've
holes.
got a better chance there than you do in some other populated areas. So
like
that's
Phoenix, Arizona. That
Yeah.
to me would be number one of
Exactly.
the lowest.
why. Yeah. So it's
Because
like
it would be hot and miserable and
the way this did it was the top 200 populated cities. So they're all going to have a high
so
population.
okay. That makes sense now.
Right? Because that's where most people live.
Seattle, yeah, you got a lot of educated people there. And
Yeah.
I think the state of Washington has more like high education per capita than any other state.
Oh,
so
interesting.
That's why.
Yeah, so that's kind of an insight into the U.S.
That's crazy. That's
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
I like that list. That's pretty cool.
For sure.
So, general places to survive, just like not specifically a city or a town or a country, like just general things to think about in terms of surviving a zombie apocalypse. Islands, obviously, most of those, the list of locations and cities and stuff like that were on an island. Obvious reasons, control, you can see the border, you can watch the coasts, the perimeter can be, the perimeter of the coastline and everything can be monitored a lot easier if it's a kind of a smaller island or something like that. And as you've seen in history, like from all the bombardment and everything that the London and England took, like the island proved like a good location for them.
For sure.
Think about if you ever played Risk. Everybody wants like Australia and that little nook down there.
Because it's just harder to get to. It's
super
harder
hard.
to
You
attack.
can defend a big area, or an isolated area, like a narrow passage. Other locations, castles and forts, because you have super big, proven like defensive mechanisms. And zombies, they're not gonna breach that thing very easily.
I don't see how they could ever get through a castle.
No,
like a castle
I don't
wall.
either.
Although the World War Z zombies are a different.
Those
thing.
are creepy.
Yeah.
They make like an ant
Did
pile.
you see
to
what they
crawl.
did in Israel or whatever on that?
Yeah. That was another thing, like a lot of these lists and a lot of forums that I was looking at, a lot of people are like, It's surprising that Israel and those don't fall on there because they've like proven through history all the stuff that they've done.
For sure.
It makes sense to me to actually be a better location than they didn't put it on the list.
Yeah.
Because of all the historical stuff there too. Mm-hmm. Boats and yachts, those are nice because
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. Because you can come in and out, you can come close, scavenge, get a little bit of supply, and get the freak out of Dodge.
What was the Fear the Walking Dead?
Fear the Walking Dead?
They were on that yacht for a while.
That was pretty cool.
I loved like the first season of that. I didn't watch much of the rest, but the first season was really good.
It started to fall apart for me too.
It did, yeah.
Like I did the first season. I think I did part of the second, and then it just kind of got dramatic, and I'm like, this is screwed.
Yeah, it's always the first season that's the best. Walking Dead, same
it was
thing.
incredible. And it was the makeup and stuff was way better than that one too.
Oh,
all the costumes.
Yep.
They just started to turn digital after that.
Yep.
So boats and yachts would be good if you have a big old aircraft carrier. That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah.
Mountains. Takes more skill to live in. So a lot of people aren't going to go to the mountains that aren't outdoorsy.
Yeah.
So you've got more isolation from regular people, and zombies got to, they got to work their way up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot easier to kind of scope them out, watch.
And my guess is zombies
some protection
are going to be attracted to population centers.
They
I would
are
suspect.
more noise.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. So
yeah,
a lot of dumb people.
For sure.
Less dumb people in mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Bunkers. Obvious reasons. You've got sound isolation. You've got maybe 1 or 2 entryways that are super guarded.
Yep.
So safe if you have a way of having food and supplies down in those. Prisons. They're built to keep people out and keep people in. So once you're inside, and that was kind of, Walking Dead did that too.
Yep.
It's kind of a good place for zombies because they're dumb and they can't get through fences depending on the type of zombie. You got barbed wire. You can shoot them.
You've got
You've got watchtowers and stuff. Like a prison would be pretty sweet for a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people talk about lighthouses, but I can't see. Like I understand being up high, and you've got the one entryway, but I feel like you'd be trapped way
that
easily.
scares me.
Like I don't like the fact it's
There's really only one way to get out.
unless you got a big old zip line formed, like for an escape.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want to be up in a lighthouse.
No.
But that's another location. Banks and vaults.
Yeah.
So those would be cool. Fort Knox is like a huge,
Yeah.
like a apocalyptic location. Would be pretty sweet. Heavily armored, heavily guarded. Well, you could guard it really well.
Yeah.
Those ocean oil rigs, those platform rigs.
That would be perfect.
I know.
The only bad thing is you're isolated for supplies and things like that, but you could fish.
Yeah.
Right?
And if you had not too far off the coast
Yeah.
of like Texas or something.
If you could somehow get back. Yeah.
But you're going to deal with a lot of weather issues
Ooh,
out
yeah.
in those suckers.
That would be
So
creepy.
that would be super scary.
I don't know if I could do it, man.
I
That
know.
scares me.
Cool. They're really cool looking ones, and there's like I think they're just off from the United Kingdom. Like some of those big, they're like fortresses for World War, and
Oh, really?
they look like oil platforms, but they're not.
Huh.
And then another thing that I think I posted a little on this today because I'd never really thought about it, but a bridge as like a fortress or a guarded area. Because one, you can watch both ends, so you got an escape route. And even if both sides come in, you can zip line off the top, or you can rope down to the bottom.
Depending on the
below,
type of bridge, right?
Depending on the type of bridge. And some of them, like London's bridge, you got housing and
Yeah.
you've got a fortress within.
What was the bridge that we talked about in the civil defense episode somewhere in New York that had like a room down in it that had all
Yeah.
of that gear? Do you remember?
Yeah.
All the food and stuff?
I think that was what somebody was mentioning on Fallout was kind of like that.
Oh,
that
really?
You could get down inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. It had all the
Like the crackers
They found all that
and
stuff from like
Yeah.
That's
Had
right.
been in there for like 30, 40 years
So
or
anyways,
something.
yeah, a bridge could be a really good option because you can see everything around you. You've got the 2 entryways to guard.
Yeah.
And you could get off from it and not die if you have a plan.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyways, those are some cool locations that exist that are highly considered.
Yeah, kind of like generalized. If you're anywhere, one of those things are probably
kind of
around
look for
there.
these features,
Yeah.
maybe an already protected location like a prison or a bridge, a good place you can see, 360 really well.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
I love it, man.
Cool
It's fun.
stuff. So I just looked this up. If you guys are looking to protect yourself from cybercrime, I've got a ticket for you.
You do?
Surfshark VPN can protect all of your devices from online threats. You can go online on a public Wi-Fi, whatever you want, and it protects you from dirty websites, nasty phishing, emails, things like that, malware, and protect you from people trying to break into your phone or your computer in a public, location.
Yeah.
The thing that's really cool right now with Surfshark is they have a new antivirus software. If you subscribe for a year with our code Casual Preppers for $60, it's like $59.76 for 27 months. You get the antivirus for free.
Oh, that's cool.
So you get antivirus software, and you have a VPN that protects you.
Jeez.
For $2.21 a month.
That's insane.
You go to surfshark.deal/casual preppers, and you will get that deal, and you get antivirus software. Super freaking.
That's
I don't think you
awesome.
can find better protection for your computer for that price.
No.
You really can't. They also have a trial. You can try it for 30 days for free. You can trial the antivirus software for free.
pretty cool.
24/7 support. You don't have a limitation on your devices. One subscription will protect all of them.
One subscription rules them all.
It does. So seriously, Surfshark, it's the way to go.
Yeah.
Use our code Casual Preppers, and you can try it, and you can get the best protection for less than $60 for over 2 years.
Keep the zombie virus
You're dumb not to get it.
out your laptop, right?
So yeah.
Okay, great. So moving on, let's talk about some of the worst general places to survive, right?
And some of these, I was like, I thought they would be good places.
Yeah,
like,
but when you think about it, then you're like, oh, like I found there's not a lot of articles on this. I found some YouTube videos, I found some articles, and I just started brainstorming some stuff, you know. So some of these you might disagree with, but it's fun to have the conversation about it, right? So worst places to survive. Number one always came back to shopping mall.
funnest place probably.
Oh gosh, yes.
But like, how many movies are done on that?
That's why I say, like, Dawn of the Dead. It was Dawn of the Dead,
of the
right?
Dead.
Yeah,
Yep.
the original and the remake. In the
I never watched the remake. Did you watch the remake?
yeah,
Who was in that
from
one?
the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I never did watch it.
For sure.
I loved the old one.
Oh, the old one's great. I
Super
need to
gory.
get back to that one and watch it again because, yeah, so good. But, you know, a shopping mall kind of seems like a great idea. You've got all these supplies.
You got levels. You can look down.
You've got sporting goods. You've got weapons, probably, maybe. You've got a food court, entertainment, and all this. But you just have far too many entrances and exits.
Yeah.
And there's
I
just
think Dead
too much.
Rising video game is a shopping mall.
I think it is too, yeah. It's just there's too much space. There's too many entrances. There's going to be too many people that want to be
Alarms and noises. and
Yes.
like you would trip. all
Yeah.
kinds of-
So they just say just keep out of a shopping mall when it comes to it. As one of them said, New Jersey. Get out of New Jersey. This is not the place to be.
Just the place in general.
Yeah, in general. It's super highly populated, and most New Yorkers, when they escape, they're gonna go right into New Jersey. And so
That's true. They have to go up.
yeah. And so that's basically
out.
Mm-hmm. Up and out. Mm-hmm. So don't go to New Jersey to try and survive.
That's so funny.
Sporting goods stores.
Yes, yeah. I think
Your
that would be
problem
pretty
is
cool.
everybody thinks that you should be there.
Yeah.
That's where they want to go. So just don't go there because the people who are going to be going there are going to be unprepared idiots anyways.
Yeah.
I got to get me a bat.
I just got guns.
I just got
the ones that don't have any survival
Yep.
skill, but they
Yep.
shoot all the time.
So that's probably not the best place to be is at a sporting goods store. This
Yeah.
one, I was laughing. A brain museum.
I read that as Brian Museum.
Or
I'm
a
like, what's
Brian museum. No, it's actually a thing. They have one in Lima, Peru. It has-
Why would it be like? I see why it would be Brian.
So there's
brain.
a place in Lima, Peru with over 3,000 brains in it. So it's like zombies are gonna flock to this like yuppies to Starbucks.
yeah.
You know. So
when I turn into a zombie, first place I'm going is Brain Museum.
I'm gonna head right to the brain museum. I'm gonna gorge myself for days. You know.
I won't have to search out a running, like actual live brain. I could just eat a whole
Why would I
bunch.
catch it when I got it right here, all set up for me?
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
great.
don't go hide out in the brain museum. That should be obvious to you.
Yeah, don't do that.
You know. Hospitals.
Yeah.
So there's a few obvious issues with the hospitals. Probably going to be overrun with zombies because most people they'll start to get sick. They'll bring them to the hospital. They'll turn. They'll start to bite the nurses.
They're not the healthiest to run away.
No,
So-
they'll start to bite the nurses and the doctors. Now they're all zombies.
It's true.
And
Yeah, hospital's a terrible place.
it's not a great place to go. How about the sewers?
yeah.
It's not. I mean, I don't.
It sounds bunkerish.
Yeah, like
but-
you think you could get down there, you could shut it off, and you know the
Don't have
entrance.
to, you can poop wherever you want.
Yeah, you take a crap wherever you please. It's piss as you walk. It doesn't matter. You're doing whatever you want. But it's stinky.
I'm going on walks. And you're just peeing as you're walking.
Ding dongs flopping around, pissing everywhere. But it's like they're stinky. They're filthy. They got diseases everywhere. There's no sunlight.
No.
You got to have sunlight to live. There's no food. I mean, there's corn maybe. But that's it. Okay. But you're just not going to last long down there.
Yuck.
Yeah.
No way.
So don't think about just hopping in the sewers and surviving.
Just like you're like
Pick it up.
panhandling for gold. You're just like, get all that corn out of there.
That's good for 3 or 4 more meals.
Why everybody throwing this away? They're not chewing right up there.
You gotta chew it good.
But that's gonna like
Pure
die
fiber.
off and like dry out and down there because
Yeah.
not as much poop coming in.
Yeah, but just not a good place.
No.
Don't do it. How about the zoo?
Yeah.
Some people might think like, hey man, I'm gonna go to the zoo. I've got me some meat.
Yeah.
I've
Got
got
cages.
animals. I got lots of cool stuff, but I don't think so. For one thing, zoos are
I'm gonna tell you right now.
zoos are built to keep things in, not out.
And you ain't gonna shut those animals up. I'll tell you that.
Good luck.
Try to be quiet.
Yeah.
With a
Elephant in the room.
with a Gibson monkey in the back.
Gibson? Is it? Yeah. I thought they're Gibbon, aren't they?
Or the Gibbon.
Gibson monkey. Maybe it's Gibson.
You're probably right. It's probably
I thought
Gibbon.
that was a guitar.
Good chance you're right.
Yeah,
not me.
you'll so you're gonna want to like
I
try
think
and
it's a Gibbons, right?
I don't
Or
know.
Gibbon.
Gibbon. You'll never
Yeah,
keep-
it's a Gibbon.
Okay.
Gibson. I had a friend last name Gibson. He was a monkey.
He's kind of monkey-ish.
Yeah.
You're never going to keep all those animals alive, for one thing. How are you going to keep them alive? You going to keep getting fresh meat to feed the tigers? No, you're not going to.
No.
You're probably going to end up eating their food and drinking their water. So it's
That's
not
true, though. You could have, like, if you tamed the tigers and I'm going to go out and get some scavenge, you can have tigers
Good
right by your
luck
side.
taming the tigers, for one thing.
Hey, they're already tamed. They're at the zoo, right?
Yeah. You know, think about if a tiger gets loose.
That's
You know,
true.
instead of just Dawn of the Dead, now you got a Ghost in the Darkness situation going on.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
That's going to be bad. So you got to be careful of that.
I just
Plus,
ride a giraffe. Like,
I don't
I'm up high.
I'm up high. I can see everything.
Or get a rhino. Tame a rhino, ride it.
Well, think about what if the zombie virus actually goes to the animals, too? Now you got zombie giraffes. You got zombie
jeez.
monkeys.
Zombie gorilla. That'd be
Zombie
terrifying.
snakes. You know, bullshit. I'm not dealing with that.
Zombie toads.
Oh, gosh.
Zombie parrots.
Zombie butterflies. Zombie birds.
Look at that. But ow! It bit me.
Gosh, dang it. Yeah, so zoo's probably just not your best.
No, that sounds crazy.
How about the airport? You might be like, I'm going to run to the airport, get on a plane, and get out of town.
Yeah.
Right? Probably not.
Everybody else going to be doing
Everybody wants to do there. How about flights are coming in from different infested cities? Plus, you got like $23 sandwiches.
that. That's probably where Ground Zero is.
Probably is.
Probably an airport.
So it's probably not the best place to be.
Yeah.
Grocery store.
Yeah,
Sounds
gross.
fantastic, but it's not because every other idiot, as we've talked about a million times, are going to try and get there. So just don't go to a grocery store. That's not great either. How about,
be prepared beforehand?
yeah, subway systems?
Just Subway.
No, subway systems. You know, too many people wanting to leave town are going to get trapped in those little train cars.
Yeah, no
in those
thank you.
tunnels. One person has the virus, and now you've got
And
a
then you're
mess.
going through a dark tunnel
Yes.
and like zombies on both ends. No, thank you.
No. And in any subway system is already located in a populated city anyway.
There's going to be billions walking around in the subway.
You're not going to survive down there long term.
Every
It's
game
always
you
dark.
know
Yeah.
ends up in the subway at some point.
And it's not
And
good.
it's not a good thing.
There's nothing good going
Yeah.
down there. There's no sunlight. There's no food. There's rats. There's ghosts. It's just not worth it. You know,
There's no sandwiches down
there's
there.
no sandwich, no sandwiches. Rooftops. A lot of people think, hey, I'm just going to go hang out on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It
That makes
feels,
sense to
Feels
think-
like an idea, but you're stuck there, idiot.
Yeah.
How are you going to get down?
That's kind of what I think about like the lighthouse.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, and what if it's bad weather?
Yeah.
How are you going to eat food up there? You know, you get stuck, you're done. This is where you live. The last thing I want to say is a cemetery.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot and try and hang out in the cemetery during a zombie apocalypse.
You got to watch the ground.
You gotta watch the ground.
And you got to watch,
the
the fence.
fences. You gotta watch up. You got no
It's too
supplies.
much.
You got too many zombies. Don't do it. I just wanted to add one more thing. That article I read earlier about the best cities. The very worst city, well, pretty much one of the worst cities was Detroit.
I believe it.
You know,
For
it
the
wasn't-
living and the dead.
Yeah. The only good thing about it is the mobility because apparently it's called Motor City. You got lots of cars to get out of there, apparently. So
True. You could get a brand new vehicle every day.
yeah, so anyways, that was kind of one of the bad ones there. But anyways, those are some places to avoid
Got
in
it.
the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Some of those
Yeah.
I'd considered as a good place, but makes sense to be kind of a bad place.
Yeah.
So real fortresses to survive in, like things that exist in the real world that are already set up for a great location for zombie survival.
Okay.
So just this last year, I went here, Alcatraz Island.
yeah.
Pretty stinking cool. Scary thing is San Francisco's right across the
Yeah.
bay.
Yeah.
But this thing has been used for military. It has military housing there. It's the prison for one. It's been a base research facility. I mean, it's got a lot of cool things, and you can see everything around it. So
Yeah.
you could probably protect yourself for a while, but I think it would be a little too isolating, like a little too risky.
Sure.
But I mean, the pros, like I said, you're surrounded by water, and it is a fortress. It's a prison for one. You could keep everything out, and
Yeah.
you've got a lot of locations to go deeper inside it. And the other thing is you're close to a populated area with supplies.
Yeah.
So take a little raft over and come back. But the con is that if it gets overrun, like, you're toast.
Yeah. And it seems like everybody would want to get there, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Alcatraz could be a hot spot for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Somebody right now is like, oh, piss.
I had that on my list.
Now they just talk to their listeners. I ain't going there now. This is obviously got to make the list. Wet dream location,
Oh my gosh.
Cheyenne Mountain
If
Complex.
I could choose a place to go to have a tour of, it would probably be
Me
Cheyenne
too.
Mountain. I want to go
So
there
did
so
you
bad.
know? And I was looking when I was looking this up. They have a relay race through the tunnel.
No.
5K.
I would run for that.
So 2018, but I couldn't see that they had any new ones coming. I'm
That's
like, come
awesome.
on, if they do that,
Let's go.
I don't run, but I will walk that 5K all day long.
I'm just my camera out.
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
like, are
time.
you running? Yeah,
I'm in the race.
I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
But
My heart's a little weird.
so Cheyenne Mountain Complex, we've mentioned this on several episodes. It's freaking incredible.
I want to be there.
Cold War era bunker,
Mm-hmm.
shielded by 2,500 feet of granite.
That's pretty good.
So it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
It can withstand nuclear bombs. Let's say zombies don't do the trick. If somebody decides to shoot a nuke,
Mm-hmm.
you're protected from that too. 6 million gallons of water stored in pools carved out of the rock. 510,000 gallons of diesel fuel.
You know how much that's worth right now?
So it's like you could do runs. You could take the kids to soccer.
Yeah.
And you could go downtown shopping every day, and that gas. Yeah, how much money is that?
510,000
gallons. And what is it at, like $6 now?
$255,000.
That's it?
No, that's 200. How did I do that?
Seems like it'd be
Do that.
$255 million.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Anyone lucky enough to be
2.5 million.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's a lot of gas.
That's
It's
a lot
diesel,
of diesel.
A lot of fuel.
And you got a Subway in there, right?
You do have a Subway in there.
So
Not
not
a
a
Subway
Subway
tunnel.
that you run
Sandwiches.
on. You're gonna have cold cut trio all day long.
Meatball marinara.
Yeah. So yeah, this thing's basically built for a zombie apocalypse. Plus, you got a long old tunnel that you can defend.
So we've got something in Utah. The Mormon Church has a facility in where is it at? What's the mountain over there?
The Okir Mountain.
No,
Okir,
no.
Which
It's near like Orem. And there's like a bunker in there. Basically, they have all of the.
they do?
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Well, even underneath, like the conference center and the
for sure.
temple, there's all
There's
this
stuff,
like
yeah. But it's built into the mountain, basically.
Wow, really?
Like it's carved into the mountain, and it has all the records, like church
Timpanogos?
records. Yeah, it's near Timpanogos somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to show you.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
But like, you could go there, and that'd be a great.
Heck yeah, I'd
place.
be like, I'm part of this church. Let
Yeah.
me in.
They don't let you in. They don't let anybody in, basically.
We've been paying 11% of tithing.
That's right. Let us in.
So anyway, yeah, Cheyenne Mountain Complex
That's a
is
good one.
amazing. It would be a sweet zombie,
Great one.
like a cakewalk for a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Wiltshire's secret underground city in Corsham, England. We haven't talked about this one.
Well, because it's secret.
Yeah. Well, I found details on it. Built in the 50s, 35-acre bunker has capabilities to sustain 4,000 people for up to 3 months. So if it's just you and your 6 kids or whatever,
Yeah.
man, you're going to last a long time in there.
Yeah.
Complex is outfitted with offices, laundries, hospitals, cafeterias, kitchens, and second largest phone exchange in Britain. I don't know what that means. Television studio. You can shoot a movie, a porn,
Heck yeah.
whatever you want there.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
But none of these
zombie porn.
Yeah, they weren't ever used, but it's all set up for all of
Yeah.
this. So pretty cool. And also in one of the top 5 locations for zombie apocalypse survival. You're already in England and you're underground.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
That's a great place.
But underground's a little scary,
Sure.
if it gets overrun and you run out of food, you just got to give in.
Yeah.
Scotland also has a secret bunker.
Man, these aren't very secret.
Yeah. This one's weird. 100 feet below a charming old farmhouse in Scotland is a tunnel that leads to 24,000 square foot bunker.
Whoa.
It was built to shelter the top government officials in case of a nuclear strike. So it's also kind of set up the same as that other one. It has different little office buildings. It has the thing I want to visit it for is because it has like vintage military vehicles.
Ooh.
And you never know. Like those could prove better than anything.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Fixing them up is easier. They're made to like exchange parts quickly and easily. So you already got like a whole armada that you can use down in there. Just drive it all out and squash all the zombies. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Former Federal Reserve nuclear bunker in Culpeper, Virginia.
Oh.
So this sucker, did you know about this place?
I think we
They
talked
store
about
all
it.
the nitrate film in
Oh,
it now.
that's super like
Flammable.
It's flammable.
I was
yeah.
like, did we talk about it? I couldn't remember.
I don't know if we talked about it, but
But it is. I
thought
mean,
we did.
it's built as a bunker. It used to store
they
shrink
have,
wrapped
like,
dollars.
the
It was
$2 bills or something.
Yeah, that's right.
we did talk about this.
I couldn't remember it. I remember when I did see the details on the $2 bill. I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, we did talk
It
about
was.
that.
It was just a bunch of like billions of shrink wrapped dollars, and they happened to be $2 bills.
That's awesome.
Right now, it stores ultra flammable nitrate film
Nice.
with who knows what's on those. But it has like a 30-day supply of food already for 500 federal employees.
Wow.
But if you took it over, it's going to last you more than that.
Well, way longer, yeah.
3-story structure, has an incinerator, indoor shooting range, a helipad,
Jeez.
radiation hardened doors, and the facility is just perfect for a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Raven Rock.
That's
So-
Raven Rock.
Did we ever find a lot of details? There's not a lot of details on this one
There's
because
not a
it's
ton.
kind of like an underground pentagon, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Dubbed Site R.
Mm-hmm.
That was built during the Cold War to basically the government can continue its functions inside this bunker. So we don't know a lot about that one. It's
Yeah, if you
little
there's
more
a
private.
book called Raven Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
got
remember you talking
some
about
really
that.
cool
Did you read
details.
that?
I did, yes. Has some
Was it-
really cool details.
Did it talk much about like what the facility?
Yeah, it talks
consists of?
quite a
Does
bit
it?
about it.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's so much.
Yeah, a lot of these are a lot the same because they're built for nuclear war.
Yep.
Greenbrier.
We need to go.
Greenbrier, you can stay in, and they have tours and everything like that. It too was built for government officials and protection, but it is public, and you can go in
Yeah.
this sucker. 4 entrances, 3 Greenbrier's grounds, 25-ton blast doors that opens only with 50 pounds of pressure. Decontamination chambers, so it's perfect.
Oh man.
18 dormitories, the 1,100 people can stay in. Power plant with purification equipment. 3 25,000-gallon water tanks.
Jeez.
3 14,000-gallon diesel fuel tanks. Communications area, clinic with 12 hospital beds, laboratory, cafeteria.
You could still go to work.
Yeah, man, exactly. Well,
And so
this
could
didn't
I. They
work
got a
out.
television studio.
Yeah. So this one, man, we got it. So like a bucket list.
Oh my gosh.
To go and
we
see
have
this
to
thing.
go.
It looks amazing too. Like
Yeah.
it's like that old fashioned classic, like
Yep.
colonial look.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, those are existing areas that are super good for zombie survival. And I didn't even mention like the locations around the world. You know, you've got like castles and fortresses and things like that. So
It's never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are great.
So wherever you live, look for your nearest bunker.
So what if you were, getting ready and you wanted to build your own home, your own fortress?
Oh, I'd love to.
What are a couple of things to think about as you're doing this?
Plaques.
Yeah.
A lot of plaques around says like, no zombie lives here.
Yeah.
A heart lives here.
Zombie free zone. No
this
zombie
family has
parking.
no brains, just hearts. To deter all the zombies.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
They're gonna read that and be like, "And no brains, just love and hearts here."
Just love and hearts. So if you're going to be making your own, you're going to be building your own. Here's a few things to think about. So think about the overall perimeter of your home and its defendability. That's obviously a very, very important part of this. Are there lots of floor-to-ceiling
Neighbors,
windows?
too close.
Are there lots of doors? Are there dark corners or places for the undead to hide?
All right.
Right? You don't want that. It's probably not the best. Can you move from one side of your home to the other unseen if you need to? Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Are there good vantage points?
Just like it's funny. It's like, there's times when I come up the stairs at night and we have a big window facing like.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if somebody's watching? So I'll like crawl on all fours, just running up the stairs, I'm like stealthy.
They didn't see me.
So I'm trying to not be seen already.
It's so weird when you're like at night.
Just like thinking things like that. I'm like, what if somebody's out there looking? I'm like, I don't want them to see me or know that I'm going up to bed.
Yeah.
Crawl up.
It's so weird like driving through a neighborhood at night and you can see in all the windows and you can just like see people. You're just like, it's so weird.
It's so weird to
You're
me
just
too.
like living their life right there and I'm driving by watching.
It's so weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
You can see their TV. You can see what they're
I was just
watching.
thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I saw somebody in Salt Lake. Their windows were wide open,
Uh-huh.
and they had like a baby chair, and they were feeding their kid. And I'm like, that's weird.
I know,
But it's
I
like
don't know why
normal
weird.
everyday life.
I know. I don't know why it's weird. It shouldn't
It's
be
like,
weird.
oh,
Yeah, I
they're
think about
living
that.
life, and they're feeding their child. That's super weird.
I think about that all the time, and I'm always looking too. And I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
But I like make it a point to like keep
Yeah.
all my blinds
For
closed.
sure,
and,
yeah.
like, turn the lights off.
Houses with a simple rectangular design, they're the best suited for like battening down the hatches and defending against zombies because there's less corners, there's less little alcoves for zombies to chill and hide, right? So that's something to think about. Flat roofs. We talked about roofs, okay?
I just think it's funny, like around your yard, you're like, a damn zombie can hang there. I'm gonna
Take out this bush. Yeah.
build a pine tree or something. I
Yeah. So we talked about roofs.
build a pine tree.
You
don't
gotta
grow
go get
'em.
materials. I gotta go get some wood.
How many 2x4s would make a stump? Or like a, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make the needles, but I'll figure it out. Get it done.
We're gonna have to cut up a bunch of pop cans,
Pop can.
spray paint it.
Yeah. Flat roofs. We talked about roofs. They're great places to keep a lookout. Just don't get stuck up there.
Yeah.
Right? You can get up there and you can chill, you can see what's going on with the neighborhood. Just have several ways down so you don't get stuck.
Yep.
So generally speaking, like your simple stick framed home, basically that has vinyl siding and drywall between you and zombies, that's a little creepy.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
I could punch through it today.
For sure. Cam's punching through it with his mind, probably. So you want
You really think about like our house, like and what it's made of. I'm like, how do those things stand?
it's just like flimsy wood, man. That's all it is,
Yeah,
you know? I
Yeah.
guess.
like straw.
Yeah. So they say consider ICF, insulated concrete form or precast concrete walls.
Right.
That's the best. That's what you want. A slab floor is also great if there's rising from the grave stuff going on.
Right.
They're going to hit their head. They're going to be stopped on your slab. You know what I mean? They're done.
I'm gonna
Ah, damn it. I'm going to have to head another place.
go right into this house. Ah,
I'm glad they buried me under this foundation. Been here 150 years.
keep telling my wife like my kids, you know, when they're like emotional or like all mad or something. I'm like, I'm telling you, we're built over an Indian burial or
ground.
something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. You know, that precast concrete's better resistance against wind and zombies.
Right.
You also have increased fire resistance, which is a great feature in a
Fire
zombie.
zombies are terrible.
Well, no. What if you get out a flamethrower? You got to throw a Molotov cocktail. Your whole house doesn't go up because you got concrete walls.
Okay.
Did it again.
Everybody out. Someone threw a Molotov in here.
It came right through a window.
I don't know how. The living room's on fire.
Were you playing with the Molotovs again, dear?
Yes.
Ah, hell,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
We're made out of cement. Just let it burn.
We got cement walls that'll burn itself out eventually.
Everybody close the doors.
We're sleeping in the basement
Kick
tonight.
some blankets under the door.
Don't breathe in the fumes.
Don't touch the door handle. Give it an hour.
Gonna have like a Home Alone situation going on. So think about that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. On the outside, you'll need something to protect your windows.
Yeah.
Because, man, they're breakable.
Yeah, they crawl through
Yeah.
all the time.
They really do. So you got to have something. So experts recommend a steel mesh or like aluminum security shutters like they have at the mall.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the one thing
Oh,
South
man.
America already has going for
They
it.
already have those.
Everybody's barred
They have
up.
bars. Yeah, that's a great. Also, zombies are been known to be more active at night, Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
But they're drawn to light, so you want to keep the light down.
Yeah, true.
So those heavy drapes, blacked out windows, and stuff like that, it's a necessity.
It looks like a crack house.
It does, yeah. Aluminum foil on the
what are you
windows.
doing in there? It's for zombie apocalypse.
It's a zombie fortifications. Don't worry. We're not growing anything in here, nor are we.
Why is there roofs? Roofs? Why is there ropes off from your roofs?
You got some roofs up there.
We do have some roofs in our
What you got
neighborhood.
going with those roofs? We do have roofs in our neighborhood. Sorry, roofs.
Guarantee they don't listen to
Yeah,
this.
guaranteed they're not listening. Thankfully.
It's a roof rope. It's called a rope.
Yeah, the roof's got some rope down there if you need it.
Anyway, just all these like rooftop ropes coming down. What's that for? None of your business. Keep walking.
Keep walking. Are you alive or are you undead?
So it'd probably be better to build like a circular home.
No.
There's no cracks and
That's probably true.
there's no hidey cracks. I don't know what a hidey crack is.
You got any hidey cracks in his house?
Hey, son, pull up your pants. Your hidey cracks showing.
You got something stuck in your hidey crack, boy.
Hidey crack. Wow, that's a nice hidey crack. Anyway,
You got some room in
man,
that
I am
hidey crack.
like freaking word soup here.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
So you're gonna need a large size pantry because you don't want to go looting every day, right? So large
I read that as large panties.
next
and I was,
line.
It does say large
It does
panties.
say large panties.
I was like, I thought I'd read that.
Large panties are also a good place to store extra ammo, grenades, and other zombie warfare tools. That was the best misspelling ever.
It makes total sense, though.
It does, yeah. The bigger your panties, the more room you got. You know, your hidey hole, your hidey crack is there, and
Holy crap. I thought you purposely did that.
no.
Large panties are a great place to store extra ammo and grenades.
Try and put the R in there now. There we
Yeah.
go. Large pantries.
That's a grenade in there, I promise.
Is that a grenade in your pants, or are you just prepping for the apocalypse?
Holy
That
crap.
hidey crack is looking mighty fine.
I got a grenade situated between my hottie crack. Right in the middle of my hottie crack.
Molotov in my hidey hole, I'll tell you that right now. That's what it was.
Ready to light it up. Yeah, just when you pull it out.
It would be like sloshing around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, zombies are worse than rabbits and deer combined when it comes to trampling gardens. In case you didn't know. So that's why if you got that fortress with the flat
You
roof,
go out to water your garden and they've trampled it to
gosh damn
stupid
zombies. You got to hide some hair out there or something. It wasn't the thing where you put human hair in a pantyhose to keep animals away, right?
Holy crap.
Anyways, but if you have that fortress with a flat roof, you can have a garden up there.
That's true.
Away from the zombies.
Yeah.
Get sun. It
And
gets
your ropes to go down.
You got your ropes to come back down.
Yeah.
You got to have that gutter system that has the rain barrels to supplement your water supplies. And then if you're looking for power, you got to have wind or solar. It's about the only way to go. So anyways, that's all I've got for some.
That's
some
great.
tips.
I'm gonna if I ever build a house, I'm using this list.
Okay.
Here's my list. I don't know however you can do it, but let's put together
Get me a loan and a contractor. It's happening.
Let's do this.
Biggest panties you can get in that sugar. Guys, today's podcast is brought to you by Tac Pack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Use our code Casual Preppers. Get a free separate bag set of EDC gear along with your first month's Tac Pack. Head to tacpack.com. Use our code Casual Preppers.
It's time for the quick and dirty medical tip.
Yes, it is
It's not on our
time.
list, but we're actually doing it.
Right. No, I put it down. I got some stuff down. So, I think I mentioned it before. You have your wedding ring on. If you're nice. If you're
I got it.
loyal. Or whatever ring. Maybe it's Super Bowl ring. Okay.
I don't have that one on today.
Or World Series. I don't know. Anyway, you got this ring on. Jam your finger, smash your finger. Then you can get, a tourniquet syndrome where it just basically will pinch off and you can't get it off.
That's why you have these rubber ones.
Exactly. So, in urgent care or the ER, they have a little tool to cut through rings, but you may not have that. So,
Ring cutter.
certain
That's what
things,
they call it.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It's just about as easy as they come.
Yeah.
What should we call this? Ring cutter. Pretty cool. It looks like a can opener. It just clamps onto the ring, and then you just spin the little wheel and cuts right through. But tungsten, it won't. So, tips to remove your ring. First of all, try and just ice the finger, hold it above your head.
Number one, don't get married.
Slow down. Yeah. You want to save a finger? Don't get married. But keeping your hand above your head, that kind of drains the blood out of it. And after about 5 to 10 minutes, see if you can get the ring off with some butter, Crisco, something
Can you use
slickery.
margarine?
Something slickery. Icing the finger can help with that too. These are things you can do on your own.
Okay.
The other thing is you could do, and I was going to do a video on this, is you can use dental floss, ribbon, or string, and you actually will you'll push the string underneath, force it underneath the ring, and then you wrap your finger. So you're kind of you're compressing your finger, and then when you unwind that little piece of string that you've put through the other side, it kind of slowly pushes your ring off.
Yeah, it's cool. I've seen it. It works.
It does, yeah. That's a really good one to learn. Look at a YouTube video, and that'll help you. Hopefully I can get one done. I'm just having a hard time because I did it, and I don't know why. I woke up in the morning, my finger was super fat. And I was
really?
like, I can't get it off. And it was hurting.
funny.
So anyway, not always will it work, but it's a really good method. The other thing is with tungsten rings, so they're super hard and they do not flex. So if your finger's trapped in a tungsten ring, you can actually get a vice grip and you just squeeze it a little bit. So you do it to where the vice grip will kind of clamp, and then you back it off, tighten it more, and you keep doing that, and it'll crack.
Oh,
Not
really?
your finger. It'll bust
It
off.
eventually cracks the tungsten.
So that's the thing. Tungsten, you can't cut through them. And if you don't get them off in time and you can't get it off with the string, they'll actually crack it.
Interesting.
So other metal rings typically can be cut through pretty easily. If you're using a Dremel, you'll probably destroy your finger.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But yeah, those are just some basic tips for getting your ring off. If you injure that finger, make sure you get your ring off as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Because it'll get way worse, and it can become a tourniquet, and you can lose your finger.
I haven't wore mine's titanium, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't wore it forever because with jiu-jitsu I just can't, so I've just always
I'm
wear
sure,
the
yeah, your
silicone
fingers
ring.
probably get a little bit swollen, plus snagging on things, catching on.
hurting people. So
But yeah,
I
there's
always wear this.
yeah. So anyways, with rings, that's what's kind of cool. A lot of men wear tungsten rings, and you can just break them.
I
Even
love
when
these silicone rings, dude. They're the best.
This is seriously, I don't even know what this is made. I think it's made out of pea growl or something.
Yeah.
Because I busted my tungsten one.
Oh, did you?
I hit it on something and it shattered.
That's crazy.
I know. And
Wow.
and so I bought this cheapo, and that's what I've worn since. And I don't even know what it's made out of.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, so
Cool.
getting rings stuck, that's a scary deal.
For
So
sure.
those are just a few of the ways you can get it off.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Watch
Thanks
out for those zombies.
having a little fun time with us today. I know that's a little off topic with prepping, but we just wanted to do something kind of lighthearted and fun.
Save your notebooks. I know you take notes every time we
exactly.
have a podcast.
All right, guys. Thanks, and stay survived.